Hi, welcome to Tej Academy. My name is Prasanna Kumar Reddy. Today I am here with NCET Prarambh MCQ series Day 1 challenge. In Day 1 challenge, we are going to discuss biology domain as the first day. As you all know, Tej Academy announced NCET Prarambh free online MCQ series. Under this series, you can estimate, you can assess the NCET team quality from Tej Academy. So whoever teachers are going to take your subject domains, you can assess their quality based on this self-prepared questions based on the PYQ series. We prepared these questions exclusively by seeing the NCET previous year questions. Especially for this Day 1 biology, I prepared based on 2025 NCET Shift 1 paper pattern. Without wasting much time, let us jump into the topic. Let us see the first question today. The end products of sexual reproduction in plants are. So, what are the end products of sexual reproduction in plants? The options given: flowers, fruits, seeds, and fourth one, fruits and seeds. This is a direct NCERT based question. The end products of sexual reproduction in plants are fruits and seeds. So the option 4 will be the correct option. Let us move to the second one. Select the statements which are true with respect to stamen. Statements which are true with respect to stamen. They have given some 4 statements and we need to choose the correct answer from that. Statement A, a typical stamen shows 2 parts, filament and anther. Yes, it is true. Correct. The distal end of the filament is attached to the thalamus or petal of the flower. So, it seems to be correct, but we should be very careful with respect to what end they are mentioning. Generally, in a stamen, the distal end is this. This is the distal end. This is proximal end. So, even though we know the complete sentence, but if we don't know the difference between these two ends, we will choose, there is a possibility to choose a wrong option. So, distal end of the filament is attached to anther, not to the thalamus. So, this is going to be wrong. Let us see, based on these two, can we identify answer? In the options A, B and C, A. So, wherever B is there, that is going to be a wrong option. So, first 3 options are having B as wrong option. So, obviously, the left out will be the 4th one. This is the correct option. You can see the C statement. The number and length of the statements are variable in flowers of different species. Yes, it is going to be varied. A typical angiosperm anther is bilobed and tetrathecous. Yes, there are 2 lobes and tetrathecous. Each lobe is dithecous. That is why overall anther is tetrathecous. Both statements are correct. So, option 4 is the correct option. Let us move to the third question. Arrange the events occur in the process of flower formation in the correct order of their occurrence. They have given what are the events takes place during the process of flower formation. We need to arrange them in the correct sequence. As we all know, before producing a flower, the decision of flower production will take place very long back. So here, several hormonal and structural changes are initiated. So this will be the first one. It should be first. So in the options, there are 3 options with B. Okay. After several hormonal and structural changes are initiated, then it is going to form the floral primordia. So differentiation and further development of the floral primordia. So this should be the second one. So B and D, again there are 2 options. So that is 3rd and 4th. Once floral primordia is formed, then it is going to form the inflorescence. So inflorescences are going to form which bear floral buds. So this will be the third one, BDC. So here option 3 is going to match, BDC. After that, once inflorescences are found which bear floral buds will develop into flower. Flower will mature, androecium as well as gynoecium will differentiate and it will form the mature flower. So this will be the correct sequence, that is 3. Let us move to the fourth question. Which of the following wall layers perform the function of protection and help in dehiscence of anther to release the pollen? So in anther, to release the pollen, what are the wall layers are going to perform the function of protection and help in dehiscence of anther? So there are 4 wall layers, as we know: epidermis, endothelium, middle layers. These 3 are meant for protection and dehiscence. Protection and dehiscence. Tapetum is meant for nourishment. It will provide nutrition to the growing sporogenous tissue and then microspores and pollen grains. So here A, B, C, the fourth option is correct. Let's see this question. In over dash percentage of angiosperms, pollen grains are shed at the 2-celled stage. So what is the percentage of the angiosperms which will shed pollen grains at 2-celled stage? We know it is 60%, more than 60% of the angiosperms. It is not equal to 60, it is always actually more than 60%. So we can select 2 as the correct one. The remaining 40%, nearly 40% are going to shed pollen grain at 3-celled stage. Very, very important statement with respect to NCET, CUET, NEET exam, KCET. Let us look into this question. Pollen grains are well preserved as fossils because of the presence of. So well preserved as fossils because of the presence of. We know pollen grain has an outer wall called exine made up of sporopollenin, which is very tough material, highly resistant material, difficult to digest. No known material can digest this sporopollenin as of now. Move to the next question. Pollen viability maintained for months in all except. So pollen viability, ability of pollen to have the germination capacity is called as pollen viability. How much duration this pollen will have the germination capacity? It may vary. So here we need to find maintain for months in all these except. So which can be lesser than months. So family Rosaceae, Solanaceae and Leguminaceae or SL, they maintain more than months. Whereas rice and wheat, Poaceae usually, rice, wheat, etc., grass families, Poaceae, their viability will be lesser than 30 minutes. They lose the viability within 30 minutes. So remember this, RSL basically more than months, whereas rice and wheat they will maintain pollen viability less than 30 minutes. Which of the following cells have abundant food reserve? There are different cell names given. We need to find which of the following are having abundant food reserves. Nucellus, which is a abundant food reserve, yes. Vegetative cell of pollen grain, so this also has abundant food reserves. Tapetum cells of anther wall, this also has abundant food reserves. Synergids, no, they don't have abundant food reserves. Generative cell, this is also not related to this. So here Overall, A, B, C. This we can consider it as they have abundant food reserves. Select the cells which are diploid. So we need to find the ploidy of the cells. Antipodal, which is a part of embryo sac, so this is usually haploid. Synergids, also part of embryo sac, haploid. Generative cell is the part of pollen grain, microspore, this is also a haploid. Vegetative cell, again same, haploid. Nucellus, which is a diploid. So here only E is the diploid cell. Very easy concepts, and these concepts are fundamental for any NEET aspirant, CUET aspirant, NCET, KCET. If you are selecting biology as a domain, if you are appearing biology exams, these are the fundamental concepts. Everyone must be strong in these fundamental concepts so that you can score better. Clistogamous flowers produce assured seed set even in the absence of pollinators. Select the odd one with respect to this statement. What is the odd one with respect to this statement? Clistogamous flowers, we know they are unopened flowers. Examples are viola, oxalis, commalina. We can remember it as COV. Wheat is a chasmogamous flower, open flower. It produces open flowers. So wheat is exception from this. Moving to the next question. Which of the following characters observed in flowers pollinated by wind? So wind pollinated flowers characteristics. Pollen grains are lightweight, yes, it is required because they should carry for longer distances. Pollen grains are non-sticky, yes. Well exposed stamens, yes. Many ovules in ovary, this is wrong. Usually wind pollinated flowers will have single ovule in a ovary, one ovule, because the chances of pollination, chances of right pollination is by chance, it is not guaranteed. So all except D we can select as correct option. Moving to the next question. Which of the following plant do not require water pollination? Which of the following plant do not require water pollination? Vallisneria, it is a hydrophily, epihydrophily. Epihydrophily. Zostera, hypohydrophily. It is also hydrophily, but it is hypohydrophily. Water hyacinth, even though it is present in water, the pollination happens through insects. Water lily, again insects. So these two are not required. They don't require water for the pollination. So choose the correct answer from the options given below. C and D we can consider as correct option. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, continuous self-pollination results in inbreeding depression. Yes, if there is a continuous self-pollination, it leads to inbreeding depression. Statement 2, outbreeding devices prevent inbreeding depression. Outbreeding devices, which means the mechanisms which helps cross-pollination. So to decrease or to prevent this inbreeding depression, genetic loss, we need cross-pollination. So that is correct. So both the statements are correct. So option 1 is correct. As you know, the quality of questions are very important for any best ranker in the competitive exam. Whether it is a NEET exam or CUET or NCET, KCET, it doesn't matter. How much ever we read theory, when we don't experience quality of questions, every time we feel the question paper is something new. We feel question paper is difficult. So as a trainer, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a well-wisher of you, our major responsibility is to ensure that all difficult level of questions, all variety patterns of questions, all possible patterns of questions you need to experience before the exam. When you sit in the examination hall, you should feel that yes, this question already I discussed with my teacher. This question was already solved by my teacher. It is not new to me. Then you will ensure the better quality and result. That is the only way to give best service in the competitive sector. Which of the following plant only xenogamy is possible? So only xenogamy, that means cross pollination. So for only xenogamy, what is the logic? The plant must have unisexual flower, that too only female flower. So if the plant is having unisexual flowers, so unisexual flowers are two types again, male flowers, female flowers. So in male flower only stamens are available, in female flower only pistils are available. Now these unisexual flowers, based on the presence of the unisexual flowers, plant sexuality is divided into two types: monoecious plants, dioecious plants. Monoecious and dioecious. Monoecious plants, that means male flower and female flower present on same plant. So these are present on same plant. See the difference. These are not bisexual flowers. Bisexual flower means in a single flower you will have both the parts. But these are unisexual flowers but present on the same plant. Dioecious plant, that means plant consists of plant with only male flower or only female flower. That means this is a male plant just like human being, female plant just like human being. Male and females are separate individuals. So if this is the condition, they must pollinate only through cross pollination method. There is no other option. You cannot expect glycogamy and autogamy. So our option is now dioecious plant. We should search which is dioecious in this. Under monoecious condition, coconut, castor, maize, these three are monoecious plants. Papaya is the correct one. Coming to 15th, which of the following is not pollen-pistil interaction? We know when pollen land on the stigma, it has certain dialogues and there is a growth pattern. Together we call it as pollen-pistil interaction. It has different steps. So let us see the options. Pollen deposition on the stigma and acceptance of compatible pollen. Yes, this is the part of the pollen-pistil interaction. Pollen tube growth through stigma style ovary. This is also part of the pollen-pistil interaction. Pollen tube entry into ovule. This is also a part of the pollen-pistil interaction. Pollen tube entry into embryo sac. This is not the part of the pollen-pistil interaction. Pollen-pistil interaction is well defined as pollen landing on the stigma. From pollen landing on the stigma to pollen entry into the ovule, all the events which takes place during this are called as pollen-pistil interaction. But entry into embryo sac is not under that. It is a separate process. So this is the correct option. During artificial hybridization, emasculation is performed when the flower is bisexual. Remaining all are same. It is a unisexual flower, that is male flower and female flower. So here emasculation is not required. Removal of the anthers from a bisexual flower is basically called as emasculation. Read the below and answer. Okay. Microspore, synergid, endosperm, antipodal, nucellus. Choose the correct answer with respect to ploidy. Okay. Microspore, also called as pollen grain. So it is a haploid. Synergid, it is a part of embryo sac, again haploid. Endosperm, which is a triploid tissue. Antipodal, which is a haploid cell. Nucellus, which is a diploid cell. So NN, 3N, N, 2N. So option 2 is correct. Coming to the next question. Coconut water in tender coconut is dash and its ploidy is dash. So the coconut water which we drink is basically endosperm. So this is a endosperm and it is triploid in nature. So option 3. If you see the option 2, A is PEC, primary endosperm cell. That is not a single cell. Primary endosperm cell will produce endosperm continuously. So it is third option. According to the stages of embryogeny, in a dicotyledonous embryo, arrange the following stages in correct sequence of development. So according to the dicot embryo developmental stages, we should arrange them in a correct sequence. Okay, first one, proembryo, then followed by globular embryo. So when they give these kind of 4 statements and ask you to find the correct sequence, if you just see 2, it is almost enough, because you cannot construct more number of possibilities with 4. So A, D, third option is correct. Ruminant cotyledon in monocot embryo is known as monocot embryo. Monocot embryo has a small ruminant left out cotyledon that is called as epiblast. Functional cotyledon is called as scutellum. So very important point for all competitive exam. Functional cotyledon in the monocot embryo is scutellum. Ruminant embryo is called as epiblast. Endosperm is not completely consumed during embryo development in all of the following except. Endosperm is not completely consumed. So that means they are asking, they have given a list of endospermic seed and we need to find the exception. That means non-endospermic seed we should find. So non-endospermic seed. So these all are endospermic. Beans, groundnut. You can remember it as PUBG. Peas, beans, groundnut. They are basically non-endospermic. So option 4 is correct. Which of the following part of the ovule remains as a small pore in the seed coat and facilitate entry of oxygen and water into the seed? Okay, so that is, ovule has a small opening called micropyle. The same thing will remain as a seed pore that will facilitate entry of oxygen and water into the seed during germination. Match the following. List 1 and list 2. Okay, list 1, lupine, which is a oldest seed, 1000 years old. Okay, A should be 4. Only one option is there, option 1. Production of seeds without fertilization is known as, production of seeds without fertilization is apomixis. This is production of seed without fertilization. If you produce fruit without fertilization, that is called as parthenocarpy. Amphimixis is sexual reproduction. Dormancy, Select the statements which are true with respect to polyembryony. So with respect to polyembryony, true statements we should select. Occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed is referred as polyembryony. Yes, it is true. In polyembryony, all embryos are haploid only. No, it is not mandatory. Sometimes an embryo might have formed from a diploid tissue like nucellus, integument cells. So diploid embryo is also possible. Mango seed shows polyembryony. Yes, mango, orange, citrus species shows polyembryony. Correct. So here A and C. Yes, we can see this. In polyembryony, embryo development from nucellar cell is haploid. Nucellar is a diploid. It develops into embryo without any meiosis and fertilization. So it is a diploid embryo. It is not haploid. Ovule body fuses with funicle. Ovule body, this is the body, this is the funicle. So it fuses with the funicle. So this area is called as hilum. This is chalaja. So this area, tissue area, is called as chalaja. The point where funicle is going to fix with the ovule is called as hilum. Option 3. Which of the following plant pollen causes allergy? Which pollen causes allergy? Carrot grass, Parthenium. Parthenium grass, pollen causes allergy. Moving to the match of the following. Syncarpus ovary. We know syncarpus ovary is multiple ovaries are present, multicarpels, but fused. Papaver is the correct answer. So A should be 3. Apocarpus, it should be Michaelia. Monocarpellary, P. Seagrass, Zostera. So when you see this kind of match the following, yes, I do understand it is a time consuming, but you can easily get the answer. Out of 4, they have given 4 different possibilities. If you know any one, you can get the answer. Any one out of these 4. Zostera is also called as seagrass. Monocarpellary, P. Any one you choose, maximum you will get the answer. See, the purpose of making this Prarambh MCQ series is, as you know, there are multiple people who are providing service for NCET exam. When we launch any short-term course or long-term course, generally students do not have any possibility of seeing the quality of the team, quality of their content. So we don't want to ask any students to join with us without seeing our quality. So we want to show our quality first, then we want to request you to join with us if you like. Of course, we have our own track record of results. I produced All India 113, AIR 113 in NEET exam 2019. Almost from 2017, every year we are producing minimum 50 students under who can get under government quota medical seats, and there are many below 1000 ranks in NEET. That is what our track record. But when it comes to NCET, this is our first academic year. We are going to do 100%. We will occupy maximum result share this year, irrespective of the competitors. It doesn't matter whether they are doing from 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. NCET just launched 3 years back. Maybe there might be some people who are giving service from last 3 years. Still, this year we are going to occupy a maximum share of the results in BSc Ed, especially in RIEs, IITs, NITs and central universities, not in the local universities. major top institutions. RI is for B.Ed, the topmost institution is RI. There is no doubt in that. The second level IIT, third level NIT, and then central universities. So every day we are going to release an online series at 5:30 p.m. If you want to join us with live interactive class, please do join our Telegram channel, or you can also WhatsApp to this number so that we will send you the link. Please, if you like the content, do follow our YouTube channel, regularly watch our content. Thank you. Have a nice day.